says live streaming on Facebook.
Okay.
Good morning.
Facebook.
What up?
We're doing Facebook. Ready to have a coffee party with Travis and Erica this morning.
Yeah, how's it going? We're all kind of just getting into the groove of things. I think Travis over here just rolled out of bed. And I've been dealing with kiddo meltdowns and all things. So
Wait, have you really? What's been going on with the kids?
Oh, well, my mom decided to take them on a scavenger hunt this morning because, of course, they're up at like 6 a.m. ready to roll, right?
Kids, yeah.
And it's 10 a.m. now. Yeah. So they're already, it's 4 hours into their day. And so anyway, they were on the scavenger hunt and all of a sudden I just hear like crying and screaming and they're arguing. And one comes in and she's having this epic tantrum. My mom's like, I can't deal with Molly. So she takes Flynn and does his thing. And yeah, it's been a full morning.
Right on.
Yeah. Do you want kids?
I don't know yet. That's kind of, I think so. I'm not sure.
You can come over here and hang out at my house for a week and really decide, because right now it's like
I do want kids. I have a nephew and a niece. I see the how fun it is and I see that. I also see the other side of it too.
Yeah.
So welcome to coffee conversations, by the way. We're sitting, enjoying our morning cup of coffee, starting the day off inspired. I'm here once again with Erica Carrico, amazing coach. She just won International Coach of the Year from Beautiful You Coaching Academy. So a couple expert life coaches sitting here with you this morning. Amazing way to start the day. If you have questions, ask them in the comments below. If you want to be notified the next time we do a Coffee Conversations live video, hit the bell icon in your top right corner. And you'll be notified every time I go live with Coffee Conversations. Every day this week, I'm doing it with Erica. So good morning, everyone. How are we starting the day? Christy says hi to the West Coast from Arkansas. How's things going in Arkansas, Christy? Hopefully well.
Seriously.
Today, we're talking about what we're focusing on in our business right now. With everything going on, how it's impacting what we're doing and moving forward and what we're doing right now in our business. So,
yeah, I am super excited actually. So this is the biggest question that I think I'm getting asked right now is, I have a lot of business coaching clients who are starting online businesses, who have online businesses, who have successful online businesses. So sort of at all different layers. And I think the biggest question right now is, man, like, what do I actually focus on in my business with just everything changing so quickly and so rapidly? And I think, being an entrepreneur, it's so important that we are flexible and we have the ability to pivot when things like this happen, And I guess before I dive into what I'm focusing on, I think I just really want to preface this conversation by saying that this is an epic time in history. And I think this is, what we are all actually here for is what is about to come and the pivot that our earth and our humanity is actually making right now. And I think everyone got so excited about, the new decade and 2020 and all the things, and we hit the ground running. But what I think we actually forgot to do, or maybe didn't even have the awareness to do, was to actually let go of just all of the shit that doesn't serve us anymore. I think this is just a really amazing time for us to hit the reset button and to really, figure out what we do want and why we are here. And from my perspective, and I think the industry perspective as well, from what I've been hearing and seeing, online businesses are about to just explode. Like there's going to be this new wave of just people moving in, wanting to start their own business, wanting to leave their corporate jobs, ready to really align their life with their purpose and just step into their work. I think it's just such an awesome time for that right now.
Yeah, now's the time. You mentioned letting go of what's not serving us. And this is kind of the call.
Yes.
Action almost from the cosmos to let go of all the crap that's not serving us. In your own clients, what do you find? And I'm hoping to create some insights with the people watching. Maybe this resonates with some people watching. What do you find with most of your clients that they tend to hold on to that isn't serving them, that they need to really let go of?
the job, the career, the corporate career, the partner at a law firm, right? Like they're clinging so tightly to this job that no longer serves them. And I think this is just an epic time. We actually had a quick conversation about purpose, which I think maybe tomorrow we should talk a lot about purpose, what purpose is and how it's so important right now. But I think this is a real time for people to actually start to release and pull some of their energy out of that soul-sucking career or that job that just doesn't really fuel them, or it doesn't light them up, or they know that they're not serving the earth, the planet, whoever, their communities in the way that they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. And I think now, what I'm seeing my clients start to do, those who still are working full-time and trying to transition into their business, not quitting and leaving because obviously we have bills to pay, right? But starting to energetically detach themselves from that career, from that job, and starting to pull some of their energy out of it, right? So that they have that energy, they have that creativity to then fuel and funnel into something that means so much more to them, right? Like their life's work, their calling, their online business, whatever that is for them right now, starting to detach some energy from that corporate job and putting it into what really is important.
And I know we're going to talk more about, purpose tomorrow. And so I want to dive deeper into that with you tomorrow, because,
me too.
You're a purpose coach and business coach. I started off doing life purpose work. Yeah. Before we really dive deeper into that, it's a great question. How do we energetically detach from the 9 to 5, and so we can focus more of our creative juices, our energy onto what we want to do, our soul alignment job, our career?
Such a good question. So I actually have personal experience with this. And this was something when I started my business online, my coaching business, I was working full time as the executive director of a not-for-profit organization. And I actually really liked what I did. I didn't feel like it was aligned with my purpose anymore. And so that's why I wanted to leave, but I was giving it my all, right? Like I was fully entangled and I was invested, and I was giving it 110% of me. Mm-hmm. And I actually got on a call with a coach at the time, and he said, you're never going to be able to move full-time into your business or even part-time into your business if you don't start to energetically detach yourself. And so what that looked like for me was not showing up any less in that career, but starting to not go as far as above and beyond, right? And not allowing, I think more importantly, not allowing it to consume all of my headspace. So when I was at work, I gave my all, I did everything I needed to do, and I grew that not-for-profit organization. But when I left, I no longer thought about it anymore. I left it there, right? I didn't take it home with me anymore. Whereas before I would come home and it'd be until 10 or 11 at night. I was still going.
That's not a 9 to 5, man. It's a soul sucking, right? It is like, it's in you. It's like this succubus, right?
Yes.
That attaches to the host for the 9 to 5, and it's still in your head. I hear you. So it's about leaving it there, right? Once you leave the doors.
Leaving it there, and also making a conscious shift to, this isn't my vehicle anymore. This 9 to 5, this 12-hour a day job, this isn't my vehicle anymore. This isn't my lifeline anymore. This is going to sustain me right now and allow me to grow my business. But this business over here, this is the way. This is my vehicle. This is my lifeline. And when I made that shift consciously, boom, right? You go. Everything this way goes.
We're making that decision too. And it was just with coaching. Many of you know I bartended for a number of years, and making the decision that this is what I'm going to be doing moving forward. This is my path. That was everything for me. And that was where all my energy went. Right. And I did what I had to do. And, I managed the bars and everything like that. But that was my direction. And it was you make a choice. You make a choice. You can't turn back. This is it for me.
Yeah. Energetic shift.
So we're going to talk more about purpose tomorrow, finding it and all these things. So if you want to be notified when we go live on that, it's tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Hit the bell icon to be notified when we do that on the video. I want to talk about today, considering what's happening in the world right now, everything that's going on out in the world. What are we focusing on in our business right now, given the external circumstances that are going on? So for myself, it's been about relationships. It's been about networking with people that inspire me, connecting. It's just been about connection. I'm asking the question every day in my business. It's very simple. Not how can I make money? How can I grow the brand? How can I, all these things? How can I get a bigger bottom line? My question has been very simple. How can I be of service to people? Who can I impact today that they never forget my conversation the rest of their life? It's very simple. So that's been my intention. That's my kind of zone of genius in business. That's how I've grown my business. That's what continues to work for me. That's what the big thing that continues to work for some of the clients that I work with as well. Being of service, not forgetting that the bottom line in business isn't always about the bottom line. It's about relationships. So that's been my real focus. And it's been a beautiful thing over the last week to really sit and connect with people online through social media. This gift, this day and age that we have in social media to connect with people at any corner of the world. I've been able to do that every day.
Like, what does that look like for you? What does that look like?
So you and I, we don't have a brick and mortar. Like, I think
Right.
we had Christy here. She had a sign and graphics art business, or has one. We had to close their doors. We don't have a brick and mortar. We work from our laptops. We have a Wi-Fi signal and laptop. I've taken my business camping in New Zealand. I've taken it traveling across the country in Australia, Iceland, all over the world. And there's not a better time in the history of humankind, obviously, to do something like that. So it's interesting. While we are quarantined and we're supposed to be separated and social distancing and everything like that, and I'm able to practice those things, but we can still connect. I can still connect with my clients. I can still be of service and value to my audience doing what we're doing now. We couldn't have done this 10 years ago.
No way. Yeah.
No, there's no
Pretty
way
epic.
we could have done that. And so I get to work with my clients, or even people who aren't my clients, just some of my audience from all corners of the world, just from this thing right here, or my computer. It's a wonderful thing. So I've been continuing doing that. Not much of my business has changed going on through this, but,
so true.
But the priority has shifted a little bit to focusing on just going back to just building relationships and being of service to people who need it.
Including clients and including non-clients in your community. I mean, it's really being of service, I think, just to everyone, right?
And this isn't just, I don't think for an online business too. I think we can also do this for, if you do have a brick and mortar, and touching base with clients that you have and continuing to go deeper into those relationships. I think, I've seen other businesses around my town do that, and it's been pretty neat to see how people are kind of coming together and offering their services in this time.
Yeah.
So your focus over the last week and continuing moving forward, what is it?
Yeah. So since you've touched on that, I'm doing sort of the exact same thing. Just really focus on, how can we be of service right now? And not only to our own clients or customers, if you have more of a brick and mortar type business, but how can you serve them really powerfully? And how can you also, if you're a coach or a healer or a consultant or whoever, how can you actually be serving your community as well? And I think, I think right now people are really focusing on, or needing, I suppose, security now, over, I think a lot of times we talk a lot about freedom and building online businesses and what the freedom that it gives us. And I think right now, a lot of us are really lacking that security as well. So I think really looking at our clients and our community and saying, how can we create more security, whether it be in our own lives, whether it be in our businesses. But I think mostly what I think I've been focusing on is obviously being of service, but if you want more of a tactical or practical approach as well, I think there are a lot of things that we can start doing right now, as far as, working with our clients goes. So, you know, if you're still out there, like we're still signing clients for the mastermind. My clients are still signing one-on-one clients. They're still selling their group programs. And I think right now it's not necessarily a time to stop selling, but it's a time to focus on really serving, overselling, and also being really flexible with people as well, right? So if it means like extended payment plans, if it means, you know, allowing them to pay in different ways than they normally would pay, I think really giving people the option and just being flexible in your business around all of that is really important right now as well. What are your thoughts on that, Travis?
Yeah, I mean, I've always of the mind that I'm really choosy with who I work with more often than not. And so if I want to work with you and you feel like the coaching is going to make an impact in your life, then I want to make it work. We can create something.
Yeah.
I think especially now and with what's happening, there's a lot of kind of anxieties and worried kind of feelings. So really being open to creating that with people.
Yeah.
Having a bit of passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that also really plays on that security piece as well. It makes people feel a lot more comfortable in investing right now.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah, sure. Definitely. I'm curious to hear. I want to open up the floor for people and we can revisit some of these questions.
Yeah.
Or comments moving on today if you're not watching this live.
Annie, Ryan, Bridget, Christy. Oh, Bridget, bless. Hi, Bridget.
Hi,
Annie.
What is your focus in your business right now, if you have a focus? If you don't have one right now and you're running a business, what do you think that could be to really come out of this stronger than before? What could you do to really come out of what's happening, having a bigger brand, bigger business, doing better than you were before?
Pop that in the comments and we can have a talk about that. I think
definitely.
Also something that I really wanted to mention is right now, if you are in a position of where you have a business that's going, or you're starting a business, this is a real opportunity for you to step up as a leader. You know, Travis and I had this conversation before, and if you are in that space, people are looking to you for answers, and they're looking to you for what are they doing right now? Gee, I wonder what this person is doing in their life or in their business, or how are they coping with all of this? You know, yesterday Travis and I talked about how we got out of our funks and how we're, you know, spiritual bypassing, and how we're allowing
so much meditating.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think right now it's such a beautiful, beautiful time for those of us who do have these businesses to really step up and show why we're here and use our gifts and bring our medicine to the world in the way that we really have the capacity and the ability to bring our medicine to the world.
Yeah.
And so I think right now, again, it's not about creating content that sells. It's not about showing up to sell. It's about showing up to be of service, right? To be in that leadership position and really guide people through a really challenging time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want people to have a conversation with me right now and come out of that conversation going, holy shit, I feel so good. I feel so inspired.
Yeah.
I feel so pumped. I got a new perspective on everything going on right now.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Because as a coach, I understand that when your attitude is of service, the prosperity and the abundance that follows behind anyway. And it's about stepping into that leadership, right? Creating a movement. Of unadulterated, pure, unfiltered positivity and possibility. Christy, our business is so geared by the economy that I like to find a way to have more control over that.
What would that look like for you, Christy? You know, I mean, I'm sure you've thought a ton about this, but what would that look like for you to have more control over your business? A sign and graphic arts business, but I've had to close the door, put up signs. Okay, yeah, no walking.
So yeah, our focus is on the business. I don't know. It's interesting working from a computer. By the way, it's raining right now. This is amazing. This is so great. So
I love the smell of rain.
Oh God, it's so nice.
Good.
It's starting to come down too. So our focus is in our business working from our computers hasn't really shifted too much. I think if anything, it's kind of, I've been more focused on on being of service.
Yeah.
And being a leader in this time. But that's been my big focus moving forward. It's always kind of been there, but I think now more than ever, it's really been at the forefront of what I'm doing every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Christy. So yeah, she says to not have such feast or famine. Christy, I do have a couple of brick and mortar clients who they're really taking the time right now to revisit their business model. And I know that a lot of them are now looking at bringing a lot of their business online. So I don't know how much of an online presence you have, but that could be something to potentially look at is what online, could you have a mixture in the future of online offerings, and then also your brick and mortar as well, just sort of a food for thought.
So any other questions, just pop them into the comments. Here we're getting into passions. My real passion is genetic genealogy. No way.
That's super cool.
So it's not science.
It's not science.
And yeah, so genetic genealogy. I want to, because I know you got a client coming up right now, so we're going to wrap this up in a minute.
Yeah.
But I'd love to hear, Christine. I'd love to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hit that bell icon right there, because we're going to go live tomorrow and we're talking about, this is good to be continued.
Yeah.
We're talking about purpose tomorrow and stepping into that and finding that and really stepping into that. So Christy, I'd love to see you tomorrow on tomorrow's live, and we can really go deeper into that. So I would do you a disservice right now to start to get into it, not give you everything we got.
Yeah.
So we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully for a talk on life purpose. And that is sure to be in a super inspired conversation.
That's going to be awesome. Christy, I'm super excited about that. Okay. The other couple of things I just want to quickly mention that I'm also having my clients do right now is this is a really awesome time to start researching for the future, right? So if you know that you want to get out there and speak, then I really challenge you to come up with a list of, go through and spend this time researching. Come up with a list of 100 places, events, conferences, meetup groups, high schools, colleges, universities, whatever, that you actually want to pitch yourself to speak at once things are back up and running. So I think that that's a really amazing piece that you can start focusing on right now. If you know that you eventually want to be holding workshops again to really leverage your business, now is an awesome time to start researching places that you can eventually pitch to hold those workshops. Writing, getting published right now is epic. There are so many online platforms looking for guest posters right now who are experts in their own industry. So really being able to use your words and reach an audience that isn't necessarily yours, get yourself published on platforms, right? So go through, research different platforms that you love, whether it's Tiny Buddha, Mind Body Green, Elephant Journal, all of the above, and start creating a list again of 100 places that you'd love to be published in, and go look at their submission guidelines and start writing for them. Start writing, start contributing, right? Like Travis said, let's start creating a movement in your niche right now, because there's never been a better time than ever.
There's never been a better time to front load your success for the future as well.
Totally.
So she's talking about places to speak at, to hold workshops, places to write, to grow your audience.
Yep.
I'm going to challenge you to do another one. 100 people,
yes,
influencers, maybe coaches, other businesses that you would love to network with. You don't have to know how you're going to network with them or what you're going to create, but something that maybe you can create together. Co-creation is a great way to build your community and to build your audience as well. And to frankly just go out there and be of service and create something amazing. Eric and I, we're creating this amazing mastermind we got coming up. So front load, right? Front load, get on there. It's such a perfect time to do that right now.
And people are looking for that as well. People are looking now, like, honestly, they're going to stop. If you start reading what, actually like business journals and whatnot, and how CEOs are really responding to what's going on right now, people are really going to change where they're spending their money. It's not necessarily going to be in material things anymore. It's going to be in personal growth. It's going to be investing in their personal growth. And who do you think they're coming to? Coaches, healers, consultants, may not be right now this week, but that is the shift that is happening. And for those of us who are here and ready, and we're front loading, as Travis said, we are going to jump on that freaking rocket, and it's just going to be mind blowing.
Yeah. So there you go. We got some coaching calls to do. So
yeah, we got clients. We got to roll.
we got to change the world one day at a time, man. Oh man. All right. So we'll let you go. We'll see you tomorrow at 9:00. We're going to talk about life purpose.
Yes.
Finding
I'm
it.
so excited.
Getting clarity on it. I know. I've written a damn book on it. You're a purpose coach. This is going to be an epic one. So if you're into that, if you're looking for purpose, baby, tomorrow's your day. So we'll see you tomorrow, and onwards and upwards, and good morning. Cheers.
Mwah.
Beautiful. Bye.
Bye.